Jess Bell, a Blue Ridge love spell. Night falls like a quilt across the Blue Ridge. A fiddle sighs. Crickets keep time. And a girl named Jess Bell stands at the tree line with a heart that won't sit still. She wants love the way a thirsty field wants rain. Not next week. Now. Billy Ben's smile used to be home. Then the door closed. Now Ellyn holds the key. Jess Bell hears the old folk songs about fate and signs and stars, but what she hears louder is the hush inside that says not enough. So she walks the ridge road to a cabin with one lamp burning. Granny Hart opens the door like the night itself has a hinge. "What's the price?" Jess Bell should ask. But wanting is louder than wisdom. "Whatever it is, I will pay," she says. Those are the 5 most dangerous words a lonely heart can say. The bargain is struck without a number written in the box. At midnight the forest inhales. The moon leans in. Jess Bell's hand ripples like water in a hard wind. Rosettes rise on her skin. Her nails lengthen and glint. Her breath leaves in smoky curls that almost look like a cat pacing. One eye stays human and wet with wanting. The other narrows to a hunter's slit and smiles back at the dark. By day she is pretty and certain again. By night she is fast and hungry and colder than before. Billy Ben returns like a moth to a lantern. Words come easy again. Promises too. If you only look from the porch, it seems like the spell gave love. But it didn't. All it gave was possession. And possession eats peace like fire eats kindling. Jess Bell wins and feels bigger for a minute. Then she walks past Ellyn just to be seen. "I cooked him breakfast," she says with a small, hard smile. That is the sound of conquest trying to pass for comfort. Ellyn swallows. She is sweet, but she is not simple. Her silence is not agreement. It is a bruise she wears under her Sunday dress. Jess Bell's mother sees the change the way mothers do. She hears the tone that wasn't there last week. She hears midnight in her daughter's noon. "Child, you're not the same," she says softly. But the bargain has momentum now. Weddings are mentioned. Dates are set. The forest keeps its own calendar. Hunters fan the hills with lanterns and dogs when the cat is seen. A shot cracks the cold. Smoke takes the shape of a woman, and then nothing at all. On the ground in the moonlight lies a ring. Silver. Like a mirror that remembers. A year goes by the way years do in towns like this. Slow as syrup. Fast as thunder. Billy Ben marries Ellyn under vows older than the mountain. Bread is broken. Hands are held. But the old bargain has a tail, and it swishes back through the grass. Shadows gather at the window of their small, warm life. Ellyn stiffens. Her eyes change for a second like the weather in April. Jess Bell rides the threshold between breaths and steps into Ellyn like a draft. "Dance with me in the moonlight," she whispers to Billy Ben. The ask is pretty. The aim is not. He runs inside and bars the door with hope and oak. On the table sits a dress that once knew Jess Bell's shoulders. In a drawer lies the silver hairpin that once kept her thoughts tidy. He makes a figure the way the old stories say. He pins what he remembers through where a heart would be. The house seems to tilt. The air tightens. Jess Bell appears in the doorway wearing the absence he just pierced. Her eyes roll back like a tide going home. Smoke sifts the room. Then she is gone the way a bad dream is gone when you tell the truth out loud. Outside, a star lets go and scribbles the sky. Means a witch has died, Ellyn says, not knowing why she knows. The night loosens its jaw. The cabin breathes again. That is the story the elders hum. But under the hum is the lesson that belongs to today as much as to any century. If love can be purchased, it will charge your soul and still leave you hungry. If love must be won, you will need new victories every morning. If love is proof, you will spend your life in court. Jess Bell never asked the price because need is a poor accountant. She paid in pieces of herself and ended up with less of what she wanted and none of what she needed. Ellwyn waited for a ring to certify she was enough. Billy Ben chased a feeling and called it forever. They are not villains. They are us when we forget. The lamp in the distant window glows all night in this tale. It looks far away because the bargain makes it so. But the lamp is not a destination. It is a reminder. Love is light already burning, not a trophy you carry through town. A mother's warning matters because plain speech can break pretty spells. A silver pin matters because clarity is the tool that ends confusion. A leopard matters because hunger always wears the face of the thing it wants until you set it down. What would have saved Jess Bell? Not a better spell. A better question. Not, whatever it is I will pay. But, what am I giving up to call this love? Not, make him mine, but make me honest. The mountain keeps the answer simple. If it asks you to become a monster, it isn't love. If it wants a blank check, it isn't love. If it makes you taunt the neighbor girl just to feel tall, it isn't love. Real love does not change your nature. It reveals it. Real love does not hunt. It sees. Real love does not cost. It gives. And the moment you remember that, the moon lets go of its claws and the forest lets go of its fear. You walk home lighter. You sleep through midnight. And if a star slips loose, it is only to celebrate, not to warn. Submitted for your approval. A ridge town that learned the difference between a wedding and a promise. A young man who followed a feeling and found a mirror. A sweet girl who waited by a lamp and discovered the lamp was never in the window at all. And a braver girl named Jess Bell who paid too much until clarity pinned the lie and let her rest. File this one under bargains you don't have to make. Right beside the folder marked love that doesn't bill you later. And if you hear a fiddle tonight, let it play you home.